Hey, it's Nick from Family Handyman.
And I'm Henry.
And today we're going to show you how to build a Pinewood Derby race car using basic hand tools and no special workshop required. So we're going to start with our Pinewood blank. We're going to draw a basic wedge shape right here on this block and cut it from there. What we're going to do is we're going to measure from here all the way back up to here and draw a line between those two things. Now that we have the pattern drawn on our blank, we've clamped it down to our island. If you have a responsible child like I do, you're going to start the cut and then hand the saw off to them. All right, you ready to take over?
I am.
All right, come on in here, grab the saw. Be really careful. Make sure your hands are out of the way of the blades. So it looks like we're about halfway through our block here. Next step is to flip it over and cut from the other side. So this next step is something that the kid can do by themselves from beginning to end. It's a 3-step sanding process. We started with a 60 grit sandpaper, moved up to a 150, and then we end here with the 220 grit sandpaper. During an officiated Pinewood Derby, the weigh-in is part of the process. The goal is to get as close to 5 ounces as possible for the total car. Right now, we're going to do a weigh-in and weigh everything, including our weights, our wheels, and our axles. Get it on the scale, Henry. One of the secret weapons of the Pinewood Derby are weights. These do not come in the Derby car box. You have to buy them separately. You can either buy them online or at the Boy Scout store. Right now, what we're going to do is trace them onto the bottom of our shape, then drill and chisel the shape out. Pull it off and show the trace shape. Great. What we've done here is we've taken the negative from our original block and clamped it directly underneath our cut shape. And the idea here is that we're going to use a Forstner bit. You can use any larger drill bit to start to drill out the shape of our weights, and then followed by chiseling the rest of the space out. I'm going to give it a little
hammer.
Ooh, that's nice. Now that we've chiseled everything out, we're going to mount the weights using some screws. Good. Next up, paint. So we've covered our work surface to make sure that we don't gum anything up there. And I'm going to show you a little secret. What we've done is we've placed tape over the axle grooves to make sure that paint doesn't seep in there and gum things up for you. Nice. It's a really nice blue car. So while the paint is drying, I'm going to show you an optional but crucial step if you want to win the Pinewood Derby race. The axle nails that come out of the box with the Pinewood Derby car have 2 little grooves in them. So in this step, we're going to remove those 2 little grooves using sandpaper. The easiest way to do this is to chuck a nail directly into your drill. What we're going to do is work our way up through 3 different grits of sandpaper, taking those grooves off, eventually ending with a 7,000 grit. This is equivalent to about a paper bag. You're going to sense a theme here. Anything that can reduce friction in your car is going to increase speed. This next step, I'm going to sand the hub of the wheel to reduce the friction against the block using the same sandpaper set I used on the axle nail. It's time to turn this wood block into a derby car by adding the wheels and the axles. So what we're going to do is take our axle nails, put them through the middle of our wheels, and then line them up here. Goal of pounding them in. So you know I'm doing this, Henry? So it's not only important to have a car that goes fast, but a car that also goes straight. And to test that, we put a line of tape right down here on our island, and we're going to give our car a push. If it doesn't go straight, the key is to adjust one of the front axles. Just pull it out, recenter it, and try it again. Let's give it a go. And it looks like we have a little bit more work to do. Just one more step before the big race, and that's to add some decorations and our numbers. For more tips, tricks, project plans, and more, visit us at familyhandyman.com. Let's get some stickers on this thing.
Okay, let's do it.